Hi everybody, and welcome to my channel. And here are my predictions for this weekend's championship matches. Let's start with tonight's match. Hull City versus Bristol City. Hull so far have won 2 and lost 1. Bristol City, they have drawn 1, won 1 and lost 1. And at the moment in the table, Bristol City are 14th and Hull City are 7th. I'm going to go for Hull City. Hull to beat Bristol City tonight. I'm going to go for Hull 2, Bristol City 0. Tomorrow's matches: Birmingham City versus Plymouth Argyle. Well, Birmingham City so far have won 2 and drawn 1. Plymouth, they've won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1. Birmingham at the moment, they are 4th. Birmingham have had a good start to the season, but I don't expect them to finish there at the end of the season. I'm still going to say that I'm going to finish near the bottom, just avoid relegation again. But there's a long way to go yet. The season's only just started, so then again, you never know. Birmingham might surprise everybody and finish in the playoff places this season. Stranger things have happened in the Championship, but I can't see it happening. I think they'll probably, towards the end of the year, as you get towards probably Christmas, or the second half of the season, they'll start to fade away. Plymouth. Where are Plymouth? Oh, Plymouth are 11th. They've had a good start to the season as well. Plymouth have won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1. It'll be if Plymouth was to finish there at the end of the season, they'll be quite happy with themselves. But I'm still going to go for them to. Well, I did predict them at the start of the season to go right back down again. I'm still going to stick with that. I'm still going to say that Plymouth will go down. But like I said, there's a long way to go in the season yet. This one, I'm going to go for Birmingham to win. Birmingham 1, Plymouth. Now, I was going to go for a Birmingham win. I'm going to go for a draw, I think. Birmingham City 1, Plymouth 1. Cardiff City versus Sheffield Wednesday. Well, so far, Cardiff haven't won a match yet, and they've lost 2. Sheffield Wednesday also haven't won a match, and they've lost 3. Cardiff at the moment are 20th, and Sheffield Wednesday are bottom of the Championship at the moment. These are another 2 teams who I've said who I think will struggle this season. Cardiff also had a struggle last season. They was nearly relegated. I think sooner or later their luck will run out and they'll be playing in League One. As for Sheffield Wednesday, I predicted them to go right back down again, and I think they will. I'm going to stick with that prediction. I'm not going to change my mind on Sheffield Wednesday. I think Sheffield Wednesday will be back in League One again next season. next year. This one I'm going to go for Cardiff. I'm going to go for Cardiff to get their first win of the season. Cardiff 1, Sheffield Wednesday 0, but you never know. The Championship, it's unpredictable. Coventry City versus Sunderland. Coventry at the moment at 10th and Sunderland are 15th. Both these teams had a great season last season. They both finished in the playoff places. Will they finish in the playoff places this season? I don't know. I think one of them probably will. If anybody's going to finish in the playoff places, it'll probably be Coventry. I can't see Sunderland having a good season like they did last season, but then again, you never know the way the Championship is. Coventry so far have won 1, lost 1 and drawn 1. Sunderland, they've lost 2 and won 1. It's early in the season, yet it's too early to say what these two teams are going to do. There's a long way to go yet, like I keep saying, there's a long way to go, so there's no need for the Sunderland fans to start to panic yet. Sooner or later you're going to go on a run, get a run of results together, and you'll probably find yourself in the top 6 in the playoff places, but like I said, there's a long way to go yet. This one I'm going to go for Coventry. Coventry 2, Sunderland 1. I'm going for a Coventry win. Huddersfield versus Norwich. Huddersfield at the moment are 21st and Norwich are 3rd. Of course, Huddersfield got a draw with Middlesbrough last weekend, and Norwich beat Millwall at the weekend as well, so both. But Norwich had a good win last weekend. I predicted that Norwich would finish out the playoff places this season. I didn't think they'd finish in the playoff places this season, but at the moment they seem to be doing all right. Of course, it's only early in the season. This is the 4th match, so it's too early to say where they're going to finish. Huddersfield at the moment, they are, like I said, are 21st, and Norwich are 3rd. Could this be the season that Huddersfield get relegated, find themselves in League One? But you never know. I mean, I predicted Plymouth to go down, and I predicted Ipswich to go down. Those two might not go down this season. It might be Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday to go down. But a long way to go yet. Anyway, Huddersfield so far haven't won a match. They've lost 2 and drawn 1. Norwich have won 2 and drawn 1. This one I'm going to go for Huddersfield 0, Norwich 3. I'm going to go for a Norwich win. Ipswich Town versus Leeds United. Of course, Ipswich are top and Leeds are 19th. Ipswich have had a great start to the season. Can they keep it up to the end of the season? I doubt very much. I've predicted them to go right back down again. I'll still say at the end of the season they'll finish near the bottom. Whether they'll go down is another matter. If they can manage to stay up, it'll be some achievement for Ipswich. But come the end of the season, I'll probably be finishing the bottom half of the table. As for Leeds, well, Leeds haven't had a good start to the season. Everybody's tipping them to go back up again. Even I've tipped them to go back up. But I suppose sooner or later in the season, Leeds will go on a run, probably and finish in the top two. Probably that'll happen towards the end of the season. Probably the second half of the season. The first half of the season they'll struggle, but come the second half, probably in January, towards the end of the season, that's when they'll probably put a run of results together. Like I've said, Ipswich have so far won all three of their matches, haven't lost any, but there probably will come a time in the season that Ipswich will probably go on a losing run. I don't expect them to be top all through the season, but if they am, it'll be a shock if they am, but I don't think they will. Leeds haven't won one. They've drawn 2 and lost 1. Of course, Ipswich beat Stoke City last weekend, and Leeds drew with Albion last Friday. This one I'm going to go for an Ipswich win. Ipswich 2, Leeds 0. Millwall versus Stoke City. Millwall at the moment, they are 16th, and Stoke are 8th. I don't think Millwall are going to have such a good season they did last season. They almost finished in the playoff places, but I can't see it happening this season. But the Premiership, you never know. It's sooner or later one team goes on a run, and they usually finish in the playoff places. Will it be Millwall this season? I don't think so. Stoke, good Stoke City with the dark horses to finish in the playoff places this season. You never know, they might. They could do, but Millwall have so far won 1 and lost 2, and Stoke have won 2 and they've lost 1. This one I'm going to go for Millwall 0, Stoke 1. I'm going to go for Stoke to win. Preston North End versus Swansea. Preston are 6th and Swansea are 18th. But like I said, it's early in the season yet. It's too early yet to say who's going to finish in the playoff places. I think it's gonna be a few more months before someone is top of the championship, and they start running away with it like Burnley did last season. As I said, Preston are 6th. Could Preston finish in the playoff places this season? You never know. Swansea, they're 18th at the moment. They're not having such a good start to the season. Usually everybody seems to tip them to finish in the playoff places, but they didn't last season. They didn't have a very good season last season, did Swansea. I don't expect them to have a good season this season. Preston have won 2, drawn 1. Swansea, they haven't won a match yet. They've drawn 2 and they've lost 1. This one I'm going to go for Preston. Preston 2, Swansea 1. Rotherham United versus Leicester City. Well, Rotherham are 3rd from bottom at the moment. Rotherham were another team that I predicted last season would struggle, but they didn't. They stayed up. Will they go down this season? Probably. They probably stay up. They usually put a run of results together towards the end of the season. so I wouldn't be surprised if they don't stop up. But I have predicted them to go down. Leicester, well, Leicester at the moment, they are second. Everybody's tipped Leicester to go right back up again. I think they will. Leicester and another team will probably, sooner or later in the season, put a run of results together. And if once they do, I would expect Leicester to stay top and to the end of the season and win promotion back into the Premiership. Rotherham, well, they haven't won a match yet. They've lost 2 and drawn 1, whereas Leicester, they've won all 3. This one I'm going to go for Rotherham 0, Leicester 3. I'm going to go for Leicester to win 3-0. Southampton versus Queen's Park Rangers. Southampton at the moment are 5th, and Queen's Park Rangers are 17th. Southampton are another team that everybody's predicted to go back up again. And Queen's Park Rangers, I think Queen's Park Rangers are going to struggle this season. I really do. I can really see them finishing in the bottom half of the table, trying to just avoid relegation again. Southampton at the moment, they've won 2, drawn 1, and they've lost none. I suppose sooner or later they'll probably will lose 1, but it depends on who they're playing against. Queen's Park Rangers, they've won 1 and they've lost 2. This one I'm going to go for Southampton. Southampton 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. West Bromwich Albion versus Middlesbrough. Albion got a good point last Friday against Leeds. And Middlesbrough, in this Albion at the moment, they are 13th, and Middlesbrough are 23rd. Well, Middlesbrough started off like this last season, but they managed to finish in the playoff places. I expect them to finish there at the end of this season. Middlesbrough are another team that will probably put a run of results together. Sooner or later in the season, they'll put a run of results together. They'll start climbing back up the table. I still expect them to finish in the playoff places. Albion so far we've won 1, lost 1 and drawn 1. Middlesbrough, well, Middlesbrough haven't won 1 yet. They've lost 2 and drawn 1. This match, I think I'm going to go for Albion 1, Middlesbrough 1. And finally, Sunday's match, Watford versus Blackburn Rovers. Well, Watford are 9th and Blackburn are 12th. So far, Watford have won 1, drawn 1 and lost 1, whereas Blackburn Rovers have won 1, drawn 1 and they've lost 1. Watford are another team that have, all the pundits are saying that they finish in the playoff places. And as for Blackburn, well, at the moment I'm 12, but Blackburn are another team that could finish in the playoff places at the end of the season. This one I'm going to go for Watford. Watford 2. But you know, the Championship, it's a funny league. Anybody can beat anybody. So I was going to go for. No, I'm still going to go for Watford. Watford 2, Blackburn 0. Well, that's the end of my predictions for this weekend's Championship matches. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you all again in another video.